Hey folks, welcome back. This is the most exciting part number 7. We're gonna start putting red paint on some of these parts. So as you can see, I have everything hung up. I did the seat and the steering column as well, so we can spray it today. And then I added the most important ingredient for painting, and that's the light. So hopefully I can see around some of these shadows. There's just little 2000 lumen construction lights plus my old halogen there. It's not perfect, as you can see. There's lots of shadows, but hopefully I can move the lights around enough that I can make sure that I get a full paint job on here. But before we spray a drop, we need to set up. First we need to mix the paint, and then we need to set up the gun, and then we should be able to get going here. So, all right, so first things first, I bought this can of paint a little over a year ago, so no doubt everything's settled out inside of it. I don't have a paint can shaker, but I do have a paint mixer attachment for my drill, so that's going to be the first thing that we do here. Now this can was looked like it had been treated like a football in their warehouse. They got these stupid little clips on to make sure the lid stayed on. It was that banged up, so hopefully everything's good with this paint. I can't see why not. They gave me a little bit of a discount because they'd beaten the can up so much it didn't even come with a handle, but it was the last one that they had. And at that point he was telling me that they weren't going to be able to get this iron guard paint anymore. Now I think that issue has since been sorted out at the dealerships, because I hear of people purchasing it now again, but after COVID there were all those supplier issues, so who knows. There we go. And as you can see, hopefully it's very black on top, which means the components have separated. So here's my paint thinner, or paint stirrer. Got it from Princess Auto, $8. Just gonna probably put some plastic down and put the pail on there, because I don't necessarily want to be getting paint sprayed all over my stuff if it happens to come out. Let's readjust and get this mixed. Alright, some of the plastic from when I did my painting on my dad's truck. They did all the body work and then got me to spray it, so I got to do the easy part. I've got the plastic left over from that. Yeah, this feels, you can feel how thick it is inside. There we go, that's starting to look better. Alright, so I'm going to sit here and mix this for the next, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. And then I'll be back. Alright, so for good measure, I mixed it for 5 minutes. And then give it another 2 just to make sure we had everything nicely mixed up. A little bit of paint on my thumb, which reminded me I should be using gloves with this stuff. Alright, now I'm down to my last filter, so I'll have to run out and get some later. We're going to be using the 8:1 ratio for this paint, so that means 8 parts paint, 1 part thinner, and 1 part hardener. So here's the, I don't know if that's going to come out on the camera, but there's different lines on these mixing cups. There's a section that says 811. So basically you fill up your first one to, there's lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on how much you want to use. I'm gonna go all the way to 6. So you fill it up with that with your first part, and then so the paint, and then you go to the next line that says 6 with your thinner, and then you finish it off with the next line that says 6 for the hardener. So it's pretty much idiot proof. Let's give her a shot. The worst part is going to be making sure that we don't actually spill any of this paint. So I'm going to try and pour it. Well, you probably can't see it if I do it there. Okay, I'm going to do it off the edge of this. The plastic beneath. Trying to make too big of a mess. I am an amateur, so expect some mess. I can't see my lines. There we go. All right, it's approaching line number 5. Let's just see where it settles out once all of this drains through. And I'm glad that I did it through this filter because there are a couple small chunks there. I don't have 100% confidence in this paint. When I was mixing, there was some big chunks in the bottom that we had to break up. It seemed to mix up okay, but I'm seeing a couple chunks in here, but I don't know. Overall, we'll see how it works. Maybe we'll have to respray, who knows. We'll give it a shot though. Okay, so we're at line number 5. I'll give it a little bit more. Round in the corner on number 6. Just gonna wait for this to drain through. So believe it or not, painting is actually one of my less favorite things to do in life. Not so much because of the painting itself, but more how fussy you need to be on getting even coat everywhere and making sure you get all the nooks and crannies. And then the very worst part of it is after you're done painting and you need to clean up. All right, so we're at the 6th line, exactly. Dump our leftover paint in. Pail again, put the lid on so we don't drop something in our full gallon of paint. Put it off to the side. All right. Next, we're going to thin with xylene. They don't specify on the can which thinner to use. I did read in some forums, it looks like people are using stuff that's got naphtha and xylene in it. So I've got xylene on hand, so let's use it. There we go. Now we're up to the next 6th line. And now for the nasty part, the hardener. Now this says it's a isocyanate free formula, and that's normally the part that makes hardener so nasty. You need a mask regardless, but maybe this won't be as nasty as some hardeners have been. So we'll fill up to the next 6th line. There we go. All right, next stir stick. You want to make sure this is well mixed together. So I just recorded the whole segment of finishing mixing that paint, putting it into the paint gun. Went to stop the recording and realized that my phone was in the middle of a reboot, so I didn't get any of it. So anyways, I've finished mixing, poured the paint into the paint gun, and I'm just putting on my mask and we'll get started. I got a major malfunction going on here with this gun. It's leaking like a sieve through the center where it shouldn't, which is drops on the tractor here. Hey, I'm gonna have to hold back a little bit and see if it smartens up, and then I have to switch guns. Look at that. What a piece of shiny stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have to switch guns here. That's not performance. Look at that. Okay. I got one identical to this. I'll swap the nozzle over to that and we'll see how we do. All right, where were we? That's it for that part. I'm going to mix up some more paint to save me, and I'll be right back. Alright, I mixed up a half a pot this time. Hopefully that's enough to finish this off and do the sheet metal over there. And then it's December 20th, so of course I have to go out and start my Christmas shopping in between coats. Finished first coat on everything. Notice a few spots that I'm gonna have to go back and probably wet sand and fix already, but whatever. I had to run out halfway through this, pick up some Christmas presents. It is December 20th, so time to do some Christmas shopping. And then I came back and finished the last of it, cleaned the gun out real good. So now let this set up, and then my plan is, rather than throw the second coat direct on, is I'm actually going to assemble everything, because you're bound to scratch the paint, you're bound to do this and that and find stuff that needs to be fixed, etc., as you're handling the pieces. So we'll assemble it and then we'll give it another shot once everything's all together. But I'm reasonably happy with the paint job so far. Not happy that I can see a dent there now. I may monkey with that a little bit, but yeah, that was quite a bit to get done today. And then of course, as soon as I finish cleaning the paint gun, what do I find? One piece that I forgot to paint, so I guess that'll get it next time that I'm through. And of course there's going to be little spots. I'm noticing a spot on the seat right now that I missed, but whatever, can get it second time through. That's why we do multiple coats. Anyways, I think I'm gonna cut this one off there. It's good to see everything red. Like, subscribe, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in part 8 where we're reassembling.